G'day folks. Today, let's learn how to draw the famous Starbucks logo using Adobe Illustrator and just the pen tool. So, let's get started. I'm going to load up a new Illustrator document here. We'll be quick. Just go into that. For this exercise, I'm going to pull in a logo. Let's say, for argument's sake, that we've been given a logo from a client. They've given you a logo. The business has been around for a long time. Somebody once upon a time did create this digitally, though no one's kept it. They don't have a marketing department. That's obviously not the case for Starbucks. If you were working with them, their marketing department would supply you with all their digital assets. But we're just using this as a case study of how you would go about reconstructing this artwork for educational purposes. So there's two components that would focus on here. Number one is obviously the bit with the mermaid in the middle, and part two would be the typography and how we would get this to kind of match up again. So this is only a learning file. I'm going to grab another reference while I'm here. So show you what I've just typed in. I've just typed in Starbucks logo. Because we don't have a lot of detail in there, we can make this task a little bit easier as a reference. And let's go back one. Let's just pull that in here. All right, get that off screen. All right, let's move that off to the side. We'll put in our rulers, and my shortcut for my hand tool doesn't seem to be working, which is spacebar. I hate when this stuff happens. Anyway, let's start. We're going to use this bottom one as a reference if I need to. We've got both of these bits of graphics on the same layer. There's a lot more detail that we can get from here. So let's start. If you had this given straight off the bat, you could probably do using the vectorize tool, probably replicate this quite cleanly. But that's not the point of this exercise. The point is to learn how to use the pen tool. So we're going to create our very bottom layer down the bottom here. Let's double click this on the text, and let's just call this reference. We'll double click on the icon bit as well, and we're going to go dim our images to, let's go 40%. We're going to lock that. I'm going to go to a new layer, which is what we're going to draw on. So we've got them on a separate layer, so we can turn them on and off. So let's start in here. I'm going to pause this for a sec. I'm going to try and sort out what's going on with my spacebar. My shortcuts of my spacebar are not working, which is for the hand gesture tool. And the fact that that's not doing it, I've got to fix that. So I'm going to pause this for a sec. Okay, we're back. We've got our spacebar, which is our hand tool, working again. Let's do this. So we've got our reference layer here. So this is, let's just call this drawing. You can call this whatever you want. You don't have to call it anything, but I'm trying to teach you good habits. So look, we can start with something like that. It's going to end up quite unclean. You want something really precise. Let's start with this. Okay. A few things that we're going to do as well. I'm just going to, that's our artboard there, which lives in the artboards tab. I've got this sitting on the pasteboard component, which doesn't really matter. But what I'm also going to do while I'm in here is you want your rulers to be up the top. So that's Command R. That will bring that up. Let's pull down a guide to run roughly from the center. Actually, I've got an easier way of working out exactly what the center is. Let's bring in a circle. So I'm going to bring our tool, which is the L, is the shortcut command for that. So let's make a mask here. We're going to get rid of the color. So the fill is going to be transparent, so no fill, and we're going to have let's shove that there. I think that's about the right point. What I'm trying to work out is, let's just hide that guide. I'm trying to work out exactly where the center point for this is. And this will make a little bit more sense. I'm teaching you guys how you would do this professionally. So we've got our circle pretty much bang on there. we're going to turn down our guides again. The shortcut command that I used there was command colon, and that brings up, you know, it's the button next to the L, and we're just going to move our guide here, which is centered there, and I'm going to bring one from the top into this side here, and we're going to lock our guides by command shift and colon again. Now what that'll do is command, I know this stuff so instinctively, Apple option. Okay, so Apple option colon is the shortcut for locking your guides. When I have to explain my shortcuts, sometimes I actually get it wrong. I just know it instinctively. So that's pretty much bang on. The reason why I would do this is that I'll only have to draw one side, and I can show you the ways that I would duplicate the other side. Again, this is more about skills and precision more than anything else. And I'll show you some shortcuts along the way. So yeah, let's grab the pen tool, which, you know, we just shortcut command P. I'm going to zoom in, and if you know roughly how the pen tool works, it works on the curves, which is a Bezier. Let me just run a, see, have you noticed how the lines here of the star up the top don't act, this part here doesn't actually match up with that, so that's okay. We're gonna just, you know, one, and I'm literally just clicking. I'm going to turn my guides off, which was command colon again. And I've got snapping turned on, which let me just escape that and go to view, and we'll snap the point. We'll just turn that off for now. I'll click the pen tool again, and I went back to the same spot. So if I escape that, that'll stop it. You know, when you see that little line, I just basically tell you can just continue, and you know, this will be just a rough guide. Okay, so from here, you're gonna grab. So let me just undo that. I'm still locked in. Go into this part. Go right onto the anchor point. Click and hold out, and just run it along the angle. So you want this part of the angle to at least be intact. So let's bring it there roughly. Bring another one there, and we'll just drag this out so that they meet up. We can fix that up a little bit later as well. I'm going to hold down option here and click on the anchor point, and that'll give me the opportunity to run a new angle. Again, hold down option and click on the anchor point, move it out. Okay, hold down option. That'll, so all right, I'm just going to escape that. So we've still got this bits all selected. We've got no fill in here for the meantime. So let's just run a fill. We've got no keyline set there. So let's just grab a cyan for the meantime. And you know, again, we're going to go P for the pen tool. Click on there. Grab our arc. We're going to have command and colon. We're going to bring our guide back up. And I'm going to click on that center bit. So let's just go in here. I'm going to hold down shift as well. And the shift was going to lock my these two Bezier anchor points, the sliders, on a grid which either goes vertical, horizontal, or diagonal. There are options for that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape from here. So we're going to do that. Let's go in and tune up this bit. So let's bring up that there. We'll bring this down. Nice little bits of cleanup. Okay. I'm just using my keyboard arrows up and down, side to side. I've got my increments set. Let me just show you what they're at. My keyboard increment is at 0.01 of a millimeter, so really quite precise. The way that I brought that preferences up was Command K as well. So, all right. Now let's do this other part here. So I'm going to draw a new line here. Hold down Shift. I'm going to go down there. Going to go down here. And let's just assume that that's there. That's there. Again, I'm going to do some light tuning here. Alright, so we can duplicate that. Go to, all I did was to duplicate it. Let's do it again. Option, click and drag, will create a duplicate. Now I'm going to go over here to this rotate. I'm going to hold down rotate, and so that I said reflect. Shortcut command is just O. Let's try it. O, we got that. That's our tool. We want to double click it though. When you go to the reflect tool, you've got the option to going reflect, make a reflection of left or right, or you can nominate the angle. We were correct with the vertical, so we're just going to go OK. Now along here, we're going to go back up to our view and snap to point. Let's just make sure that our snap to point is on. I don't want to digress too much. Okay, so I'm clicking off, grabbing both of those, Command J, which will join those paths, Command J. So now what I've got is, it's as if I drew them, you know, and they are reflected. There is a little bit of variance here, but look, for the sake of the exercise, I think it's good enough. All right, let's grab this whole part again. All right, we're going to delete from here onwards because we've already drawn it. Let's just delete that. We can reflect this as well. So O, enter, will bring up this reflect tool up here. Again, we're going to go vertical. Bring this back around. Click that there. Yeah, there is a slight variance. You know what? There's a slight variance, but we can, let's match them up. Okay. What we're going to do is going to grab the zoom tool, which is a Z, as you think. We're going to zoom into that point there, and we're going to go to Command Y, and we're going to see very, very detailed. Now I'm going to lock these together, so I'm going to select both points and Command J to join them. Go Apple Y again. For some reason, what did I do? Okay, I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to move it in there. Grab those 2 points, Apple J as well. All right, that's there together, there together. All right, we want this as an object. So what we're going to do, look, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do that later. Let's go in and draw the face. Face as well. So what can we do here? The reality here is there's an anchor point there, there's an anchor point here, there's an anchor point there. So let's just draw this freehand. P. You would do this with much more precision. Again, like I said, educational purposes, we're just learning the tools. I'm holding down shift, go back up here, I'm going to hold down shift again, and here I'm going to hold down option. After having to think about this as I'm saying it. So here we're going to get a slight little angle. That's okay. Let's just go and click. Let's just try that again. Okay. Hold down option. Hold down shift. Okay, you want to find the angles that okay, I'm gonna do that again. We're gonna, because of this arc, I'm pretty confident that I can get this arc close enough without having to, yeah, there we go. All right, so we'll just bring out a new angle there. Again, do the same, hold down shift, bring that out. Here it won't be a shift, but okay, let's make that a small one. All right, so. And the key that what you want to practice is you want to practice learning really where those angles are going to set the path for your actual curves. Again here. All right, then I'm going to go to A, which is for my indirect selection. You got a selection here, and you got the indirect selection or direct selection. Anyway, maybe that's changed names, or maybe I've never actually known what it was called from day one. I've probably been calling it the indirect selection tool for 20 odd years. All right, so let's just tune up little angles here. Okay, that's pretty good. Going to go P for our pen tool again. We're going to start a new angle right here, and I'm following the first arc. We've probably got another, we've got a flat spot around here, which will stop there. We've got another one. I wonder if I can do that here. It's probably a bit extreme, but again, we're following that first curve, going down option, and so we don't move down the anchor point here. A for my direct selection, and I'm just gonna make some slight little adjustments here. Okay, P for the pen tool again. We've got a hot spot there. And look, and in all honesty, I don't even know if this is the real official version of the logo. I just Googled Starbucks logos, and see what happens if you don't hold down the option. You're going to get this. You won't get a clean angle there. So hold down option, and you can modify without changing the previous angle. So let's just do that. Click on A, move our anchor points here. We can move that there as well. Again, that's pretty good. P for the pen tool. Let's go. Let's do a really, really small one here. Okay, we want this angle. See how it goes around? Well, about here, we probably... I just know that that's roughly a place so that we're gonna need to be able to have again, we need these handlebars and spots, so you know, if you get it wrong, you don't have to get it right the first time, but you really want to practice on how the tools work. You know, let's fix that. Alright, again, that's pretty close. Zoom in, which is Command plus and the minus. So let's just zoom in. P for the pen tool. You know, I don't think this is an official logo. I think somebody's recreated this as well. There are just some funny things here that make me question if this is the legit one or not, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're going to hold down Option so we can get a new angle here. All right, that looks pretty accurate. Now, if we want to soften these angles here, see right along there, if you go in using your direct selection tool, the one which is marked solid, just click on it. You'll end up with this little thing here, which, let me just, what did I do? I hit my finger on tab. Okay. You got this corners up here, which you can modify the corner individually, which will just soften that up, or you can just grab this little circle along there and pull it out. So if we just wanna soften these up, that's one way of doing it. No. Anyway, so we've got this part done, we've got the face done, we've got we're going to do these bits slightly different. So from down here, let's just mark out the drawing. From a precision point of view, you don't want to create this fishtail and then go back and draw each one of those separately. What we want is the curve to be precise across the board from there to there. Again, we're going to repeat. We'll do one side, we'll flip it, and again, let's just tune this up. Okay, that's pretty close. We're gonna do another, we're gonna grab down P as well, zoom in. Again, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm giving you the general gist. This is not a real project. This is practice for you guys. Okay, so hold down Option. Let's just lift that out a little bit. Bring that down. Follow the path. Anyway, and down here we can go straight and just do one big long arc. That's A. Okay, so just here. Now, if you're going to use the arrows, the up, down, left, right on the keyboard, and you hold down Shift, that will move those by an additional increment of 10 times whatever that setting was, which mine was 0.01 of a millimeter. Well, it'll be that times 10 in a roundabout way. So, okay. Now we've got a few ways of doing this now, but if we use this as an arc, let's just go to C, which brings up the scissors. We're going to run a cut right there. We're going to cut there. We're going to cut here. And because that's already selected, let's just go to delete. Let's just go ahead and delete that. Let's go to P, sorry. And we're going to hold down Option. Held down Option again. All right. There you go, that's pretty good. We're going to go P, Option as well, so we don't, so we can set a new path. Let's go midway. Okay, A. We'll again adjust these sliders. Once you get used to these, this whole slider function thing, I'm just going to bring that out, and you'll see why. Because I'm going to do some tricky stuff with. Again here, let's go to C for the scissors. We're going to cut there, and we're going to cut here. That's already selected, so delete twice. P. Hold down Option. Let's follow the curve down here. Just gonna go just beyond that circle. A. And let's do some moving. We don't have to worry about this for now. I can fix that later. What we can do here, let's hold down C and let's just keep deleting some parts. Just delete that, delete that. Just gonna take that these are accurate enough. We'll delete, we'll cut there, we'll cut there, we'll cut here and here. We're gonna cut here, here, here. Okay, so delete twice. A. Are we going to draw this again? We're not. Probably should. No, we're going to put a cut here. Let's delete that. Delete that. These are part of the bits that we've already cut. Delete. Okay. Go to P for the pencil. We're going to click on that. Option. Click and drag. Set a new direction for our marker. And we're going to just go just beyond the circle. Hold on. A. Geez, that's probably, well, you know what, we're keeping that. P, we're going to go Option and let's follow the path. Set a new angle here, go a little bit beyond and okay, A. Let's just tune this up a bit, bring that up. Okay, P. We're gonna go over there. And a bit beyond. A. For the direct selection tool. Alright, P for the pen tool, option, click and drag, grab, change course here. Let's go a bit beyond the line and go there. A, we're gonna move this anchor point. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna go P, click and drag, pick a new spot. A, let's go in and fix this up. Grab this anchor point. Never quite got that in the right spot. Let's move this one. There we go. P, click and drag. Gonna go down there. Follow that. Let's go beyond. A, we're gonna hit the our shift and up and down arrows. That's pretty good. We're going to delete that one. P, click and drag, change direction, just go a little bit beyond. You'll see why. I'll show you how we're going to get clean edges later with the just going beyond. We're going to use that outer circle as part of the, as if I had drawn it. So P, command, click and drag. We're going to change directions here. Out there, we're going to go that way. Oh man, am I going to fix that? You know what, let's just fix it here. P, option, okay, so option, drag, changing direction here. We're changing direction here. Going to go above that hill. We're going to change direction probably about here actually. About here, we're going to change direction as well. Now, and here is probably, we'll just get this final one. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out. So A, let's just zoom that out. Anchor point with the arrows. Let's drag this one out. Okay. All right, P, option, click, set a new path. What I like to do here is I like to run them roughly parallel to one another. So that's parallel to there. I'm just going to put another anchor point here. I just find that it's much easier to, if I run anchor points along the same lines, it's less obvious. Like obviously the angle here is, wow, I actually need another one here. One goes out that way, this one goes out here. Okay, so we're gonna option, click and drag, option, click and drag. Okay, so let's hit A. We're going into here. I'm going to pull this out. Okay. Now, if you're getting distracted by these points here, see this, so we're going overboard. In your, well, there's a few ways you can do it, but this is where I prefer to go to it. So in your stroke component, you got your cap and you got your corner. I'll just stick both of them to round. And that way, let me just go back one, see? Have a look at the difference that did just there. Let's just round them both. Alright, let's zoom out. A. Let's. I think that's close enough. I think that's close enough. Comparison to if I was in here trying to do that. Good luck. Alright, so we have got, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to color this in. So the fill is going to be yellow. We're going to fill that in yellow as well. Yellow. Yellow. Let's turn these. All I'm doing in here is I'm just closing these up. So I can fill them before. It doesn't matter because this is going to be cut here at the circle. Alright. It's just so that I can color them. I don't like to color things unless they're in they've got closed paths. So that's now one. Can close that. We've got these two here that we're gonna do. Zoom. P. Now, although this isn't very accurate here, I'm going to leave it because I don't want it to be obvious that these optically no longer are part of the same curve. You know, you commit to it and you just keep running it. Don't start mucking around too much because it'll be evident that it's wrong. Your eye will actually pick up on it. All right, so here. Okay, I for eyedropper, we're just gonna fill that. P. I. Okay, we're nearly there. Let's go back here. P for the pen tool. We're going to start this angle there. This is the path we're going to follow. We're going to commit here. We're going to commit here. I'm going to hold A just to stop that. We're going to go into this, and we're just going to kill our. I just want the key line. Command. Okay, so shift. Okay. Okay. P. Okay. A. Delete. P. Okay, we're just following. Our path. I is for the eyedropper. Let's go P. A, let's get rid of the fill. P, follow the same thing, don't hold down anything, just do it as if you were working before. Okay, we're just going to follow the curves here, and we're going to come back to fix where the curves go. The key to making these things look really legit is to do the minimal amount of anchor points. Do just enough to get the curve, but the more anchor points that you throw in there, the more chances you've got of creating a hotspot, being an area that is noticeably Doesn't have a smooth path to it. No, that's pretty good. P, let's go to here, extend that out. Let's do the same roughly about here. When I'm starting with these sorts of things, I tend to make them the first one pretty short because I can go back and clean it. It's just from a manageability point of view. We're going to change here, change path. We'll change the direction of the angle. And you're sitting in a new... Once you learn how to use the tool, instinctively you know where it's going to go, or where it needs to go. But explaining it is a completely another thing. Okay, so let's just go in and fix this one up. Got dragged off the screen. See, I can see that there's a little funny hotspot here. So we've got a hotspot there. You can see it. I can see the hotspot there. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, this one is only for learning. Right, I was just using the arrow keys. Here we're going to start from the center. Hold down shift, so I want that to be... Okay, we've got our fill, so just hold that A. Just go to our fill, delete that with the transparent fill. Oh, Apple Zoom. P. Go back in here. Alright, so we've just turned the angle. There we go. We've just about to turn the angle again. We've just turned the angle here. We're setting a new course. And here, let's go just over and bring that one back. P. Okay, let's just correct this. All right, we're going to grab the V, which is the normal selection tool. We're going to duplicate it there. We're going to go to our O for our reflect, which is here. Or you just hit enter, return, and it'll bring you up this. That's what we want. V, we're going to snap this to that point there. Oh, that's so close. Now we're going to hold that A, and we're going to select both of those points. Command J, that will lock them into the same object now. We're going to do the same down here. Command J. Oh. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to grab all of these items. Apple group, option and drag, reflect and enter. Oh. Okay, so yep, correct. V. We're just going to move this in place here now. If you needed to see that, you can go in and you can just get rid of the fill there. If you need to see through the lines. All right. So again, we've got our other layer locked. What we can do now here is let's grab everything, which includes this key line at the back. I'll just grab all that. I'm going to just make a copy off to the side. Control G. Oh. And we are going to, in a Pathfinder item here, which will be under your Windows, go to your Pathfinder. I have all my tools there that I know which exactly what I need. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to divide and set this, chop them all up. What that's going to do here is it's going to turn, actually let's bring that one just over. What it's going to do is it's going to turn this part here into an object, that into an object. It's going to isolate literally everything. So, and I've made a duplicate because I'm going to want some of this stuff again. So let's just go in, select all of that. We're going to hit divide. Now, so you'll notice that a whole bunch of things have occurred. Let's keep make our fill in, I don't know, something like that. Just going to hide that background so we can see all of these little imperfections. I'm going to go to A again. See what that did? That separated everything. I'm going to go in and delete that. Oh, that bottom one. There's no way you could have done this and made it any more accurate than that. And you want to be zoomed in enough. So I'm just holding down the shift, spacebar, sorry, and moving it across. This wasn't great. Let's just move that over. No. Okay. Let's delete that one. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. Now, this is something else that I'm going to do here. Is I need to see what's an object and what's not. So I'm going to just create a box and I'm going to send it to the back behind all of that, because I want to know that I'm actually cutting things away. So I need to know, for example, that I'm cutting that away. Yep, that's exactly what I want. I need to know that I'm cutting this away. Yeah, really good. I need to cut that away. Okay, we're going to grab this, the copy there, and we're going to lock it to the background as well. So we can get rid of this, no longer need that. We can now let's go and turn this off. Let's just, okay, let's grab a color swatch of that. We're going to draw a little box. We're going to fill that with using the eyedropper, which is we can turn this back on. Let's just move that to the next layer. So we're going to lock this again. Alright, we're going to grab this background. We're going to hit I, and we're going to eyedrop it to that. we're going to grab all of these components now, and we're going to go to white, and we're going to get rid of the black keyline. So now we've just got a white fill. All right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at our artwork. It's pretty good. Anyway, if you were drawing a logo from scratch, you would probably be adjusting various bits and pieces, you know, like, actually, let's get rid of this keyline. I don't want the keyline. Yeah, looking good. All right, so now you can probably grab that green and stick it into your swatches as well. So what I like to do is I either click on new swatch and hit enter, or you can drag it into there. Same thing. Just undo that, Apple Z. And now I can get rid of this little swatch from here. So while I'm working, what I tend to do is I like to save this as Starbucks Logo Recreate 01, for example, and I do incremental saves along the way in case of crashes. Don't think that Illustrator is foolproof. It crashes, and it crashes a lot, unfortunately. Enough to the point that I've got 6 versions of Illustrator, because sometimes when they're unstable, I just keep going backwards on iterations till I find one that works properly for what I'm trying to do. It does happen. So don't get caught out with, without having it. And the same goes with Photoshop. Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects. Don't think that Adobe is not without its flaws, because it has plenty of them. I can assure you. All right, I'm just going to make a copy of that. So this is our save version. We're going to make a copy of that. We're going to hold down Option and move it across. You see here where you've got this drag bar. If I drag and I move it onto there or down the bottom, I can, I can drag. Yeah. I'm going to group all that. I'll make another copy, and I'm going to make everything clear on this version except for the keylines. The keylines we're going to actually make blue. Okay, let's zoom in here. What we're going to do is we're going to grab that point there, and we're roughly going to put it in here. Hold down S for scale, click on the anchor point, hold down Shift and drag in a 45-degree angle. And what we're doing, let me just bring my point size up so that you can actually see what's going on. I'm just getting this in place. S for scale, click on my anchor point, and I'm moving, holding down Shift, and I'm moving it from that. That becomes my location, my reference point for scaling. So anyway, let's assume that that's the spot we want. We're now going to make some circles. Alright, that's our logo of that other one, which we've got a copy of here. We're going to now make a version here. If we can now change this into black like it is there. But the beauty of why I wanted to create this one is that this is now going to be a positional. When I go to Apple Y, Command Y, it's going to show me artwork mode. It's not going to, I can't see images because this is an image in the background, but anything that is line art, which is vector based, I can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out. We're going to grab this guy right here. We're going to move him up there. We're going to lock it to that point. See here, we've got the view snap the point. All right, this is going to come in critical because watch, we're going to go zoom into here. S for scale. Click on that anchor point and shift and move up. Now keep doing the same. Keep going up in an increment of 45 degrees. And now we've got our thing locked up. For 3 V delete Apple option 3. We got some funny stuff going on here. We actually never cleaned this one up here. Look. So no, let's just do it through here. A for direct selection tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all I'm doing is I'm holding down shift and I'm selecting the one of the lines or an anchor point from that, and I'm going to hit delete and delete again, and they're gone. So Apple Y, that's now clean. Y, and I'm going to grab a circle, so I'm going to go to L as my shortcut command. Start drawing from anywhere, hold down shift and put that in place. We're going to do the same here, and we're going to go to actually we've got our circle. All right, let's do something different. We're going to put our circle, again, snapping to point. Let me show you this. This is the very center of the circle. That is the very center of this circle. See it there? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to snap this into place. Then we're going to hold down S and do nothing so that we don't select an anchor point because we'll grab the center. We're going to hold down shift and 45 degree outwards motion. Boy. Let's delete this color, get rid of that and make this clear or white. S, let's just zoom that out. Okay, there's one circle. S, we're going to do that again for scale. We're going to have option and shift. Option is going to mean that we're going to duplicate this. So I'm going to pull it out. We're going to repeat that again. So, option, scale out, and shift will constrain everything in place. And now in this one, we're going to go around the very center of the outer key line. All right. So, all right. Now, I'm going to do that with a stroke. That's just going to save some time, and I can fiddle around with really fine tuning that. 2.5. Oh. Shift 2.5. That's roughly about it there. Okay. We need 2 stars. So we're going to go to our shape tool in here. In this case, it's got an ellipse, but just hold that down and you'll get your other shapes in there. Just hit the star, and when you're going to hit click and enter, and it's going to be a 5-pointed star, which is correct. That's what we want. It's going to give you radius number 1, which is I'll show you what it does. So the radius of this one is the inner part, and then the other one is the radius 2, which is the outer. So let's click on that. That's what we've ended up with. Okay, let me just rotate that around and holding down shift. What I want is I want that. Let's just get that roughly in place. S, click on that, shift and drag Just zoom in. V for select tool, S for scale, shift, move inwards. Now, if I wanted to just grab these points here, I would just grab the inside ones. S for scale. I'm going to hold down shift and drag in or out. And this way I can kind of really, I'm going to guess this. That's my guess that's probably about what the star is. I'm going to grab, click, drag, holding shift and option, making a duplicate. We are going to turn this bit here into a solid bar. So let's, actually, we're not going to do that just yet. We need another key line here for the word Starbucks. So we're going to hold down S and drag out. And then we're going to go to our type tool and we're going to select type on a path tool and we're going to center it right here. Right? Does a bit of a funny thing where it spins it all the way around. It doesn't matter. You're going to hold down caps lock and you're going to type in Starbucks. Right, you're going to go to your text and you're going to click center, align to center. It'll spin it upside down. You're just going to hit R for rotate and that'll put it through the center, and you can hold down shift and you're going to spin it 180 degrees. We are going to go and click on, let's just pick a font. What does that look like? I don't think it's any of the Helveticas. I don't think it's Arial Black. No, the S is different. The S is different. Let's try Gotham. I don't even have Gotham turned on at the moment. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We are going to, let's have a quick look at something here. I'm just going to go to what I use for managing my fonts. Go to my library here and I'm going to type in Gotham. We're just going to go Gotham Black. Let's just click on that. H. Gotham Black. Okay, that was better. That was actually better. Notice the S versus before. Just gonna hold down shift and we're gonna hit the arrow up. Okay, that's actually pretty good. We just need to adjust the tracking. So that's option and pull inwards. T for text. We're just gonna anyway, I'm going to call it that's accurate enough. We're going to duplicate this again. So S, option shift. Oh, didn't like that. Direct selection S. No, it doesn't like it. I'm grabbing an anchor point somewhere else. No. Alright, that's okay. We're going to grab a new line here. S, Command Shift. We're going to run this along the bottom line to align with here. We're going to do the same. Whereas we're going to go to path on type on a path tool. We're going to click on the very center there, and we're going to work out it'll throw itself off. You're going to go to A and you're going to pull it inwards. It's reversed itself. We're going to go, it's centered already. Rotate A, I'm going to center that here. All right. Let's just assume that that's it. That's what we want. Let's just say that that's what we're after. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab all of this stuff. Apple H. Oh, J. Apple H. Move that to the side. We're going to make this. Let's just ungroup everything. Let's make this red. Let's take off our key line. We're going to grab this outer one. I'm going to make that. Oh, that's not what we want. We want to flip it. I'm going to send that to the back. Apple 3. Just hide that. Let's just change this color. X, Shift X is going to flip it. Apple option 3, V, grab that, and we're going to go to our Pathfinder again, which is here. And in this case, we're just going to hit that guy there. It's going to flip and remove the inside. And here we can go to our green. We can now grab all of our stuff that we had in red. 2, 3, and we can go white. Key line is green. Let's just make some adjustments here. What I'm doing is I'm adjusting the kerning of the letter spacing between individual letters. That's probably about right. Okay, we'll save. Typically what I would do here is I would O1 or O2, save that. I could then go in and just delete all this stuff really now. Don't need that, don't need that. We could turn off this layer. Apple Shift H will show us back to our artboard. Command Option colon will give us the back to the grids. Apple 0 will go into the center of our artboards. A, Apple X, so cut. Apple V pastes in the center. Zoom and drag. Yeah, colors are not right, but look, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's basically how you would go about recreating this sort of thing. You have now got, well, so we save this as number 2. outline that. Command Shift O, outline. Grab that text, Command Shift O, outline. Apple Y, and you've now got literally completely clean artwork. All right. And this is how that's done professionally. There are some things along here that, you know, obviously could be cleaned up, but no one's actually gonna know. This is, you saw how cleanly this was done. Anyway, how long did that take? Let's see how long this has been recording for. Been an hour and 15, let's say. Okay. Anyway, hope you like this. Hope this gave you a bit of an insight onto the way that a professional graphic designer would use the tools at their disposal to create graphics, both precise and vector-based, Bezier-based, using the curves. How you would duplicate bits for symmetry, how you get the precision using the pen tool, knocking things out, zooming in and locking things to an anchor point and using the anchor point as a reference for scaling and locking things to one another. So yeah, hope you like it. Give us a thumbs up. If you like this sort of thing, do consider subscribing. I think we'll be putting in some more of this stuff. This is what I do to, not this, but using Illustrator as a tool I've done for the last 20 years. So, well, it's actually been more than that. See you in the next video. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got something that you want to know how to recreate digitally, then leave me a comment. I want to inspire you to be a better designer or digital artist. Reconstructing the world's best logos is a great way to learn. This is for educational purposes only.